Hey there. Or is this thing on? Hey, welcome here. I was joking around with my wife earlier. I told her I was going to get on here and talk like this since I'm a hillbilly. And you know what I ought to do is turn off my other stream up there so you don't have to listen to YouTube stuff. Even though it is our friend Will that popped up after that video. Oh, and by the way, I like Dark Side of the Moon. I really do. But Time is probably one of my favorite songs by Pink Floyd. Just, I love the Rototoms, you know. Okay, back on track. Welcome to the backwoods. And my wife told me she'd kill me if I talked like a real hillbilly. Well, more so than my natural cadence. I wanted to just talk today. I'm going to show you all a few things that I'm doing. And basically let you guide which way we go with this. Did my link not work? Huh. Okay. Huh, copied it like last time. Well, show must go on. Oh, you posted. Okay, gotcha. Okay, now, as y'all know, just from looking at that mess right up there, I got a lot of hobbies. One of the things I like to do is stuff for myself. That's why the box that's got the spray on it back there, that's where I'll clean out my airbrush when I'm airbrushing some of the stuff that I do. So that big blob's supposed to be there. I'm going to cover it up with all y'all's stickers when I get them. So, but I don't like, when I can, I don't like going and getting, I like good solutions that I do. So what I've done, since I don't like having to change my scope and drop, when I go to a larger coin and want to get a full picture of the coin, I got to stick blocks of wood underneath my scope to get it up high enough. Now, I can take this little extender, screw it on, screw my scope up here. Now it's higher and I can use the little twisty thing to raise it up and down. Don't like that. So I'm going to take my electronics bench back here and get me an Arduino. Got me some lead screws, some guide rails, 2020 and 2040s. And I'm actually going to be building a little stepper motor driven thing to raise and lower my scope so that I don't have to sit there and do it. Now, I know this is doesn't have a lot to do with coins, but it does have a lot to do with doing for yourself. I started this with the intention of making this well, what do you do first? What do you do second? But then I got thinking, no, there's a lot of that out there. And now, if y'all would like, I would, sure. Hey, David. I saw a wave come up. But now I just go with the flow. Now, that's electronics and that's mechanical. I've got I got CNC machines both for wood and for aluminum and metal, and I've got laser engravers. I've got 3D printers. So I'm not saying that everybody has these things, but when you can, if you do it for yourself, even when you're working with coins, when you're working with music, there's just something that when you look at a finished product, even if that finished product is something like this, the finished product is a full box of coins. And let's just grab one here at random. And matter of fact, let's put it over here and hit that. So we got a nice coin. See, I've got my scope raised up where I can get the whole coin in there. Did that beforehand because it takes so long for me to move it. And that's why I'm building that. Now, I know that some people don't want to do it. They want ready-made things. Me, I'd rather do it myself. Like making my own boxes here. Well, I don't make the box. I buy the box blank. and laser engraved my information onto it. I mean, it didn't make the box any more functional, but there's just something satisfying with looking down and saying, I did that. So I'm wanting a little bit of guidance from the people watching these on what type of videos to concentrate on. Now, I'm going to start making some of this stuff available to people that want it. So when I come up with something, I mean, it's fun, yes, to have it for yourself, but it's even more fun to, get somebody else using it. That's upside down. Yeah. Trying should be about what you want to learn, what you want to hear, what you want to be entertained with. So I'm going to ask everyone if music, engraving, drones, I don't think I need to bring metal detecting into it because we got some people that are far above me on metal detecting skills and knowledge. I really enjoy it, and I've been doing it for decades, but I am not what you would consider an expert on it. But I'm pretty good at the rest of the stuff. So when we're talking about building something for the scope, I mean, you never know when you're doing something. If you need it, there's going to be somebody else that needs it. But is the other people going to be willing to buy your product? So that's the other side of this. It doesn't matter how good of a system that you've developed. People don't know about it. It's hard to market it and profit from it. So we work together and we can get ideas out there. And one of the things for the future that I would like to do is to make a non-commercial site for people who've come up with things like it. Let's say that I get this finished and the deal to lift and raise and lower your scope, and people are loving it. We need some way to get that word out there. And if we all had one place to go where we could support each other, help it out. One person might be good at machining aluminum parts. I mean, I can do it, but I fail more times than I'm successful. Yes, patenting stuff is also a great thing. But I'm a software person at heart. That's the way I make my living. And I learned a long time ago with software itself, if you look at a program and you think you can do that exact program better, you can sit down and write it from scratch, and copyright will not touch you because you've not used their code. You just reproduced it. So there is a little disconnect sometimes in my brain when it comes to the hardware stuff, because I've come up with things and then I'll give them out to people, and I've never really sold anything that I've made, but I've never tried to do it in quantity. And you know as well as I do, as soon as we do something, if you don't have a patent. So maybe it's a good idea to have a patent lawyer in there. I actually have one in the family. But this group supports each other so well that I think that one of the things that we ought to have is like a repository that we can go with people that we do trust. Now, we would have to have some, guidelines about stealing people's stuff. I mean, that'd be bad for us to do this, and then we have a bad actor come in and start ripping us off. But hey, I'm an optimist. If you've known me very long, I'm pretty laid back. I do tend, though, to go overboard a little bit. I mean, you see the Nadex thing right there? I got tired of counting out the coins when I put them back in the roll because I got one of my banks that they request it to be rolled. All my other banks, they do not want it to be rolled, and if I take them in that way, they make me bust them open. But I got tired of counting them out, so I got me a little coin sorter. I started to build one myself, but then I got to thinking, okay, that's a little bit above what I want to do. I even went to a flea market and bought an old one and fixed it. And I fixed it, but it was just poor design. So when we do something for ourselves and we look at it, I know everybody out there has done things when they think, you know, that's pretty cool what I just did. I guarantee you there's other people out there would love to know that, even if you're just passing the information on. It's what we're doing with this train. We're passing on information that we've learned so that other people don't have to learn it the hard way. So I'm not just talking about coins. I mean, that's the one thing that that I'm really concentrating on right now. But coins, drones, music, everything that you see up there, laser engraving, metal detecting, coin collecting. Now, I've been doing coin collecting since I was in grade school, and I'm an old dude. So there's some things that I could pass along that, just like my first video where I was telling about, going at the end of the day, like in the last 20 minutes of the work day to get your coins, you're more likely to get them. And I just saw somebody say Ziggy. I used to go by, and my thing has got that name, so my Alexa answers me. But yeah, and I thought somebody was talking to me, and I realized I don't use that name anymore. But let's concentrate on what you want, because I don't want to sit here and put these together hoping somebody would like it, and then realizing that, you know what, that wasn't very interesting. So let's look and see what's in the box. I want to look at some of the box stuff for the last bit, because I've gotten some new things in. Now, some of them are older, some of them are newer. Would you rather me do, let me see here. Let's see. Guess we can do that. Yeah. Whoop. Is that the glare? A-marks. We got Star Trek. There we go. And these are things that I've either won at auction or just saw and bought or won in our other types of competitions. Green Lantern. And I kind of got that one as a joke, because my son said that Green Lantern wasn't a very good movie. Although I loved it. Of course, again, I'm old. But the things that I really like to concentrate on are things like it. And I'm wanting to do this on this camera instead of the scope, because I don't want to take it out. But this is just a Morgan. But what I've done is I designed labels that let me put a barcode on here, that let me, and ignore the MS-60. Anytime someone gives me a coin that actually has pre-graded, even if they did it, I will use their grading. Watch me throw stuff around. Ha! But I like my labels. Sometimes my wife says I'm a little OCD about stuff. But I love Morgans. So now, when you're talking about putting together a collection, it takes years to do it. In the way I did it anyway. There's secrets that let you get a better return. One of those is, if you've never thought about it, when you go to the bank, and I'm about to close up, last tip. When you go to the bank, ask them if you can buy the bags out of their coin counter machine. A lot of banks will do it, and I find much more silver, much more foreigns. I mean, believe it or not, if you get the bag of halves, you're going to get all kinds of weird stuff. Now, again, put comments down at the bottom. Let me know what you want to hear, what you want to see. And now, if someone could, I don't know if my clock's off again still, but if someone would grab the link, I have got my keyboard stuck under my desk. And let's keep this thing going, everybody. Let's go see Silverbull and welcome him to his premiere. His premiere train premiere. And thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, it's 2 minutes. See, that's one of the things I like about doing it live because, well, I got a little more leeway on, because my timing gets bad. I always end a little bit too soon, even though my clock over here says 10:30. But back to the coin bags, the ones that have the public machines that you can just walk in, dump your own coins in, and then take the receipt up to the front. The last one I got was a bag a few weeks ago that had $431 worth of halves in it and got like 60 something total silvers, 40s and 90s combined. So there you go. Let's take off and go to the next one. Bye-bye.